Forget what you think you know about empires. The new conquests aren't won with soldiers and tanks. They don't drop bombs anymore, they drop loans. Welcome to the silent empire, invisible, insidious, and built not on brute force, but on debt. The soldiers of this new age don't wear uniforms. They wear bespoke suits. They are economists, high-powered consultants, and international bankers. Their battlefields aren't scorched earth, but the polished floors of the global economy. They call themselves experts, but a more honest name exists: economic hitmen. Their mission isn't to obliterate nations. It's far more sophisticated. Their goal is to control them. The weapons they wield are money, influence, and promises that glitter like gold, but soon tighten into unbreakable chains. It all starts with an offer so tantalizing that no struggling nation could possibly refuse. A multi-billion-dollar loan to build the foundations of a modern paradise, gleaming highways, powerful energy grids, and bustling ports. It's a vision of prosperity, a ticket to the future. But buried deep within the fine print, in language only lawyers can decipher, lies the true objective: permanent dependence. Once a country accepts the deal, it signs away more than just its financial future. It signs away its destiny. And here's the kicker: the colossal sum of money rarely touches the hands of the people it was meant to help. Instead, it's immediately funneled back to the corporations in the lending nation. The construction giants, the energy conglomerates, the elite contractors, they get the contracts and pocket the cash. The developing country gets the project, sure, but more importantly, it gets the debt. The corporations get the profit, and the lenders, the international banks and powerful institutions, they get the ultimate prize: control. This is conquest for the 21st century. It's clean, quiet, and perfectly legal. There are no invasions to report, no bloodshed to capture on camera, no shocking headlines to read. It's a war fought with spreadsheets, signatures, and soaring interest rates. The trap is as simple as it is brilliant. When the country inevitably struggles to repay the astronomical debt, and they almost always do, the lenders return. But this time, they aren't offering help. They're making demands. Sell off your natural resources to our companies. Privatize your public utilities, your water, your electricity. Open your markets completely to our foreign investors. And while you're at it, vote with us in the next UN Assembly. Just like that, national sovereignty is no longer a right. It's a commodity to be negotiated. A nation's ability to govern itself is put on the auction block, sold to the highest bidder, who also happens to be its biggest creditor. This is how modern empires are built, not with generals, but with accountants. And every major global institution you've heard of has played a role in the system. The World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the most powerful banks in the Western world, their loans always come with strings attached, conditions they call structural adjustments. It sounds professional, doesn't it? But in reality, these adjustments are designed to systematically strip a nation of its control. They force governments to slash funding for education and healthcare, to suppress wages for their own people, and to sell off valuable public assets for pennies on the dollar. The results are tragically predictable, time and time again. The rich get richer, both at home and abroad. The poor get poorer, trapped in a cycle of austerity. And the nation itself becomes a permanent debtor, locked into a global financial system it has no hope of ever escaping. From the heart of Latin America to the vast plains of Africa, from the bustling markets of Asia to the oil fields of the Middle East, this pattern repeats with devastating precision. We see entire countries drowning in loans that were never designed to be repaid. Their precious resources are extracted and shipped overseas for foreign gain. And their people are told to tighten their belts and endure hardship, while their national wealth flows out of the country like water through open hands. And behind it all are the hitmen, the men and women who know exactly what they're doing. They are highly educated, impeccably dressed, and trained to sell dreams while delivering debt. They speak the eloquent language of progress and development, but their true fluency is in the art of manipulation. Of course, sometimes their elegant tactics fail. Sometimes a leader emerges who sees the trap for what it is and refuses to play the game. And when that happens, the velvet gloves come off. The situation gets darker. Suddenly, there's a coup, an assassination, or a civil war that is mysteriously supported by the very same nations that first offered the loans. When the dust finally settles, a new, more compliant government is in place. And the first thing they do? They sign the deal. The empire always gets its signature. But don't think for a second that this system only affects developing nations. Its tentacles reach everywhere. Even the most powerful economies on Earth are caught in its influence. The same vast financial networks that trap small countries also shape policies in Europe, North America, and Asia. Every single one of us is connected to this same web through our taxes, through inflation, and through our own national debt. When governments owe trillions of dollars, they are no longer truly free agents. Their choices are subtly, and not so subtly, shaped by their creditors, by powerful ratings agencies, and by unseen economic pressures that operate in the shadows. Democracy begins to bend to the will of finance. Freedom gives way to the demands of the balance sheet. And who pays the price for all of this? We do. Rising prices at the grocery store, crippling austerity measures, lost jobs, and shrinking opportunities. All of it is done to sustain a global system designed to extract wealth, not to uplift humanity. This is modern colonialism, elegant, efficient, and perfectly legal. Instead of sending armies, they send contracts. Instead of dispatching generals, they dispatch consultants. And instead of conquering land, they conquer economies. And the hitmen, they just keep working. They fly first class, they host lavish conferences, and they deliver keynote speeches at prestigious universities. They are celebrated in the media as financial wizards and experts, not as the enforcers of a predatory system, but their mission never, ever changes. Convince nations to surrender their economic future in exchange for a little short-term cash. For them, every country is a potential target, every crisis is a golden opportunity, and every signature on a loan agreement is a quiet victory. Yet, even within this ruthless system, there are whispers of regret. Voices of insiders who once played the game have come forward, confessing exactly how it works from the inside. They describe it as a global network of sophisticated exploitation, cleverly hidden behind benevolent terms like foreign aid and development. A grand game where entire nations are treated as assets on a balance sheet, not as sovereign partners. And their people are just collateral damage. The greatest irony of all is that the debt never really ends. It just grows, passed down from one generation to the next, becoming an ever heavier burden. And while nations slowly drown, the lenders thrive. Because for them, debt is not a problem. It's their business model. It's a self-perpetuating machine that runs on poverty and turns human need into unimaginable profit. In this world, true freedom isn't determined by borders or flags. It's determined by balance sheets. The real empire of today doesn't fly a flag. It signs a contract. It doesn't invade, it invests. And it doesn't conquer land. It conquers economies. So the next time you hear about a country accepting aid or a politician celebrating foreign investment, ask yourself the crucial questions. Who truly benefits from this? Who is getting rich when nations go into debt? And most importantly, who is writing the rules of the game? Because the New World Order isn't being built with soldiers and steel. It's being built with signatures, and the war for global control has already been won. Thanks for watching. If this opened your eyes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content that challenges the official story. See you next time.